Melrose Bridge, Singatoka Town, Nandronga Navosa. This is Navosa, Dolamina, a region well known for its hotel and tourism industry. Also well known for producing many of Fiji's national and international reps. But I'm not here to talk about the hotel and tourism industry. Neither am I here to talk about the white sandy beaches, nor rugby. But I'm here to talk about the struggles the people of Matokana have to go through. A village isolated and located deep in the Highlands of Navosa that it takes 6 hours to get to the hills. This is the story of the people of Matokana. It takes about a 3 hours bumpy ride from Singatoka town along the Valley Road to get off at Viti Levu. This is the main access point for the people of Matokana when trying to take their produce to town and then returning to the village. In order to get to the nearest health facility, in order to get to Singatoka town, this is the main access point for the people of Matokana. These villagers tell me it takes 3 to 4 hours to get to the village, but I believe it's a 6-hour treacherous trek in order to get to Matokana. This is their main access point to the outside world. Tucked away in a pristine environment, garlanded by the lush green forest of the Highlands of Navosa, Matokana Village on the background, it takes 5 hours from here to get to the village. For women like Venina, originally from Rainbow Village, who's been married here for the past 40 years, this is the same trek women like Venina and women of Matokana have to go through in order to get the best services for their children and their grandchildren. One can only hope that there will come a time that they will not need to take this hike or take this trek, that a vehicle will park next to the village. Venina, maramakain dulu kir-kir. Ni rauni pa madala tama tango kiumni nandre ni ndola ko dulu mana marama ni Matokana. Nangone ni tiko bimbi baka kina na kira tali bijugur nangone wal ni wai. Kina ngone ni ndongol kine tao ni kira sanga jume baka to kira matawa.
Naka kimani da tambai. Tambal mana korban do sarai ngonsala lebiliu kito senda tambal mai na koro Matokana korobu kito ndongali bondo kinanalur en kito ndo tambal ando taura ono na wa kito tambal tukin kito ada na ngonsala kilangana angone kimdavan rekecir tungal biki mami kimdau nakaka na kimami kau tutungai ngonsal ran kimami libati mukina kimami lakuani ngonon renre ngonon balap kimami etau renre dona singa tau tak kim lakobat ngonsal balap kim ada ngonsal ni kimami lemodi nataka pak kim bersaran kali bondinalo bondalo ram kimami lakuani kinibal nimbula ni basu tu senga ni cikombimbi na tolong ko kem dadala tatungan me ado saran ni mando sasanga mi kim lakko na market mi lekim dala menao sina ka nakako kiman kim da ko tambali kim da ke vetira tungan albi ki mami kin reketira ya kim da bosata anden re ani kwa sabar sanga ya batin menana ni mami dala saba bola kama bikin nangan sal mikinan ni ran badi mukina na kama toka
Nangunango nada wana numuni Voqa dulu yo kemuni na marama. Ena buku ni vekani lako durumutu nanguno.
Kimani babina kina andrenguru. Kimani davusa kina itunga ya kimani babina kina kalunga veroni. Buke kimani karoni kimani dalu sata tukina na bindende kimani dosata.
While many of us enjoy the luxury of going on a vehicle, boarding a public service vehicle to get from point A to point B, women like Venina has to enjoy a 3-hour truck ride from Singatoka to get off to the nearest road before it takes 6 hours to get to the village. Halfway through our journey, and we have come to one of many pit stops on our way to Matokana Village. I'm seated here with Master Simeli Druavesi, head teacher of Vakacereivalu Primary School, with his son Epin Druavesi, who's a student of the school. Master Druavesi, can you please explain 8 years at Vakacereivalu, how has been the experience for you and your family?
Thank you, sir. For me and my family, it's been an honor to serve in one of the most remote schools in Matokana Navosa Education District. And to serve there for these 8 years, we have come to feel that it is being normal to us. The challenges, the daily challenges that the villagers face, hiking, trekking to reach the village and going to Singatoka for shopping, we feel that we've been part of that. And we can now say that we are from Matokana. After those 8 years, everything has been normal. AP, we carried him up when he was just 3 months old, and now he's taking the same track on his own 2 feet. So we can say we've been challenged, and we've been able to overcome those challenges, and we've been like we have become like a villager of Matokana.
17 years in the as a teacher. Would you ever trade this profession for another?
No, sir. Not even a single second I will trade for another. It's a calling, and it's also a blessing to come and teach and to experience these kinds of situations. I would not have liked a better profession than to be a teacher in this place.
8 years on, would you want to transfer to another school?
We had wanted that a few years back, but till now we have being part of Matokana, we can continue for another 8 years as long as we have the will and the power to carry on. But we can still continue if our services are still needed here.
I believe your students have come and gone. Most of your students have proceeded and progressed. Can you explain some of the successes at Matokana with regards to your students?
In regards to our students, at the moment, 3 of our students are part of Natambo High School. Some are in schools in the Eastern Division, Lelin Memorial School, Nasinu, to name a few. One of our students have, others have joined the technical colleges, but retention rate in our school, for the students of our school in education, has been in a steady progress. Only a few leave school and return to the village to carry on the village life, but most of the students are still in the education area at the moment.
For many aspiring teachers, those still in tertiary education, and those that are teaching at the moment, what would be your message to them?
For those colleagues who have the luxury of traveling right from their doorsteps, you have to take the challenge. You have to become a real teacher and leave your comfort zone and come and enjoy and teach in such places as this, where you have to walk for 6 to 7 hours to reach your station. The daily challenges, where the luxury of the shops, the luxury life that you have in the city areas, in the urban areas, you can't have that here. But you have to experiencing the nature and the God-given gifts that are there in nature. I would challenge you to take up such areas, such situations where you can excel in future and become a better person.
And as the sun slowly sets towards the western side of mainland Viti Levu, we're 3 hours away from Matokana Village. We can only hope we reach the village before nightfall and darkness begins to blanket this side of the world. With my tour guide here to student of Vakacereivalu Primary School, we are now crossing the Qounadovu River in the upper reaches of the Matokana Village province. This is one of 20 crossings before our steady climb to get to Matokana Village. And as they say in the Matokana Navosa dialect, Oilei gi masingaho. As darkness unfolds, we are still more than an hour away of getting to Matokana Village. Our only company are birds singing from tree canopies and the thunderous sound of the raging Qounadovu River. This is Navosa. More than 4 hours on our journey, and the trekking to Matokana Village still continues. After 2 hours of crossing the Singatoka River and more than 5 hours in total of trekking, we are now located at Nanruku, the foot of the hill of where Matokana Village is located. From here is a steady climb which villagers say would take an hour to an hour and a half. Villagers said it would take 3 to 4 hours to get to Matokana Village. I anticipated 6 hours. However, it turned out to be a grueling 7.5 hours hike through the rugged terrain of the Navosa province to get to our destination at Matokana Village. They say if you have never been to Matokana, you have never been to Navosa. This is Navosa. This multi-million-dollar view raised the memories of the struggles to get to the village the previous night. Peaceful and magnificent that even the word beautiful is an understatement. From where I'm standing, the sleeping giant at Sambeto in Nandi is visible. The majestic Nosori Highlands rise in front of you, Mount Tomoniivi is towards the right, and rooftops at Mukwe village can also be seen. Matokana village is closer to the province of Serua than any other village in the Navosa province. They say, Kema Mingunu mai na uluni waina Singatoka, Kema Mikana mai na uluni waina Navua, meaning they source their drinking water from the Singatoka River and food from the Navua River. Matokana village is home to 160 villagers who occupy 37 houses. Of these, 60 are women and about 50 are children. The housing supplies were all carried via the same route we took the previous night. Every morning apart from Sunday is the normal routine. Men rush off to the farm while the women prepare their children for school before resuming to their daily chores like every other rural woman. Probably the most remote village in mainland Viti Levu, they smile and greet you as one of their own. But behind the most beautiful of all smiles and their welcoming hearts, these villagers have their own fair share of struggles they endure silently. In January of 2017, Elisapedi Boliti had to walk 14 hours to get to the nearest health facility to deliver her baby. When she was 7 months pregnant, her husband Osenda Wingalita assisted her to a journey she thought she won't be able to make. When she wanted to give up and could not walk anymore, her husband kept pushing her and encouraging her. Seeing her baby for the first time wiped away all the tears and pain. Life is not a bed of roses for the people of Matokana. For women like Neisola mother, she remembers having to carry her husband for about 15 hours to get to the nearest health facility. He had been bedridden and had already said his final words as he was ready to meet his maker.
Nakana nitutar tulediwa. Saya tuleba. Sando pulingo kwani chini ndio samiti pulingo. Tikirtu na mwani. Simbarani matina nitu talebo kwe ngasibi nituta. Kwa sata mate. Mate mbimbi sare koya. Ikirtu na bono ndendre bango. Ndendre ninga nisala. Pungana pika tabatu na lomani palengko. Rumi ko na lo bela na binraki sona tamate tabatu lutu tatatau bikito na bitinani nengarat na bibale tatato ko bikito nambuluti ko ngai na ndako ni balengo meroni tu kito rezo tu kinana kene bulumbulu sa tukuno ko sa sengani rawa sa sengani labal na lingana kuna vea na usa sengani rawa usa na matengo sana rawa tiau sana ngai ande tai koyanga onge ti koya kila mtu ana kilo werawa ibambula iko kuna kwa hiyo kwa na bambula iko kironge masu sa bambula iko tunga na masu na bambota tuza talmekina mena rakni bule tukine ke mera tale ni bamba kana ose karozengu ba vida bata ike meaze wemba sana sabes tunga na matana jangan diberi talo kwana me rezin dona ka sakreti ubi au nawe misa kwanga ni ngole sombu ndilu mati tinga misalango na kena yawa na ndrendre ni ngoni salango duna lime mati tinga misalango mbulu tumba ngoni sala naza kami mbulu tinga ike tukuna bwa senga ni rawa darna vika vitali ana ndrendre ni banango ndaruzengu ba vili ngoni sala darna lak mai balin bulu Yazo me keruya yazo ngon sala levu ni bonde na lori ni resare ni mbula tukuna na bunua ni tukana na zengu waza tukuna mesele yazo sare suba rusau mendona provedokta suba sanga bulendona singa lima sanga bulu karoni nona laurai lima sanga bulu nandola lima sanga bulu kale no sar nona laurai kero sukamai me ato tungo sanga ni sele bandua kero sa mita tungana kalo ni na koko tai kwa teki bu me abala tale manalingana na bana meroni zaka sengeo tingango e bana embarked
Any slight drizzle at Matokana Village and the track that leads them out to the outside world can be slippery and dangerous at times. The Qounadovu River can be flooded, and this is times when villagers have to remain indoors. Should they run out of basic food items, they will have to wait until the weather clears up before they can make their way to Qounadovu town. And then ni tutu baka iliu ni songo ni marama na koro. Ni ramanda ni tano taka mai nangola ni turu kini tutu wa daba so na bika ni la ko duru mutu na marama. Ana buku ni rakini mbule Matokana.
Inaka nanong wandi taki mbose ba koro. Utor ni tutu ba kalulu ni marama. Besar na marama sa bilit mai yang gua mendintaki ba na tangan na kalo na bika ki la rumah ini mata ini marama meo muleba mendalawa na bika tumba merawan meredistana nito song ba marama yana korongo Matokana.
Eda so na veka ni tubu katu kina maram ni Matokana na buku ni kena sangai me baka na bonua baka na bubale.
Ali tubu veka nembaki sautingo 5 nembaki na kena tawiabu na nito song ba marama sa Bolisara na nito wase ruara nito mburu makau dura na nito sto Ndoanga na ndrendele bukina mdo lauzo matua sota ngalunga tuna kena ko manani mami aya na bukuni ngoni sara ndrendre ndo sawa mituna wose sawa mina tamata na kena ko manani mami aya weekendin na korongo Matokana no na tukuna ndoanga na ndrendele bukimami lauzo maseko na kena ko mani aya na bulo November, December, na kanan rakin to asa takatingo boundendre sartigo na kena tauna ni mami aya na bukuni monsal na uzambi na kena bangatang mana wase sarui okwesa ngani tauza sartigo na kena tawa ina kongo ni sa otinan raki na no saranga sangi baro tertali mani aya tuke dituna kena ilabo merau ni didi tunga kina na ni mami stoa merau tu kina na tumbu volta kina sana ka ki mami ngandrebo na marama sabulu tinguna ni tu sola ni stoa bunga na vika ki mami ngandrebo tu na marama ni ki mami tu na bonwa yawa sentare ki mami tumai na ngoni salon lori bunga na vika ki mami ngandreba ki mami sa tu bakatu kina me bakana flash toilet na nabika kima mngandre mbukatelengana ni mami tabi na marama ikorni buli bunga nabika kima msalala otu beletirna ni mami solisoli ya kima msa mitangana kalulu ngoni na warutabi kimami kima msengreza na ndrendre kima mreza ngakona kalulu na warutabi kima msabamba otu kima mitaka ina waruta ndina ngana ni mami lalawas nabika kima msalala buli kina na marama Matokana.
I did not know that a road had already reached the village until I got there. More than 2 decades ago, a logging truck delivering timber to the sawmill serviced the villagers. However, when operation ceased in the late 90s, the road was not well maintained and villagers had no option but to take the track for 6 to 7 hours to get to the nearest dirt road. In 2011, government upgraded the road, and in 2016, for the first time in 16 years, a twin cab parked next to the village green marched to the celebration of the villagers. However, the road was not well maintained, and for the most of the past 2 years, villagers have had to endure the long walk, carry the sick, sell their produce, or transport their housing supplies. People often ask, why do they choose to live here? I guess the only best possible answer is, why not? This is the land of their forefathers who fought and died so that their descendants may have a sense of ownership. Where else do they move to when the land close to the road belongs to another tribe? It is our hope that through this medium, this road that leads to Matokana Village will be maintained and upgraded. Greeted me with open arms, they welcomed me as one of their own. Despite their geographical location and the daily lives that they have to go through, these are one of the best descriptions of Fiji the way the world should be. Matokana Ikai, when directly translated, where the grassland meets the forest. And as I slowly begin to prepare to return to the hustle and bustle of city life, it is my hope, it is the prayer of the Fiji Times and the dreams of these villagers, young and old, women and men, and these children, that there will come a time, the road will be upgraded, that vehicles will be parked next to the village, and they will also enjoy the many benefits many urban dwellers simply take for granted. For the Fiji Times, here at Matokana Village, deep in the Highlands of Navosa, where the nearest dirt road is a mere 7.5 hours stretch, I'm Sikeli Qounadovu.
Dapat